Hey everybody, welcome to episode 1 of the Solopreneur Recruiter. You probably don't know me yet, but my name is Eric Dalbono. I'm the founder of Bandago.com, which is a recruiting agency with a split board and a lot of business development tools for recruiters and things like that. But I want to tell stories on this podcast that's going to be really helpful and align with you building your recruiting agency, and let you know everything that's worked, all the biggest mistakes that I've made, what's important, what's not even worth thinking about, what niches are great, all that good stuff. And today I'm going to talk about getting your first client, and this is going to be helpful to you even if you're trying to expand with clients, so it'll be useful. But to kind of hit the rewind button in terms of what Bandago was. So first of all, we started off as like a software company, and it was like a BDR training type software where employers could get connected with those people. And we pivoted a few times, pivoted a couple more times, and we landed on recruiting. I'd worked at a recruiting agency for a few months in Boston, and they had kind of this, it wasn't a gimmicky, it was like almost like a happy hour type way to meet candidates, and it just didn't work, and they didn't have a product, so I was on just standby, not making any commission or anything like that, so I bailed. But I remembered that time period and understood, like, damn, there's a lot of money to be made in this industry. There's a shit ton of money in this industry. $150 billion in 2019 was paid to outsource companies. And I was like, why don't we just jump into this? I do actually like helping people find roles. I do like the sales process too. I've done it before. So let's give this a go. And it was rough. It was rough seas for a little while, but in a 14-month stretch before the pandemic, we grossed around $350K. Not all of it was profit, of course, but I mean, that's a really good stretch for 14 months. So for you, if you're just getting started or you're looking to really expand with clients, I mean, there's a lot of things you need to do, including, pick a niche, all this stuff. And I made a video on that on my other channel. I'll link it below. It's about the sales mindset that you need to have. But when we really needed that first client, and I'm not going to really count our first one. So our first one, I had a co-founder who had a really great technical background, and we knew this director of engineering in San Francisco who gave us a shot, and that was really our first client. We made some money off of them. We made a good little chunk of money off of them. But I'm talking in terms of the way that you need to. Hey, how did you get over there? Come here. Hey. All right, we're back. That was my puppy. Got on the other side of the gate and started to chew on some stuff. I forgot where I left off, but yeah, we knew a director of engineering, and we made a bunch of money. But from your perspective, you need to figure out how to sell and how to get that first client or your second and third and fourth clients. And once you get that first one, that's a really great feeling, but you're not out of the woods. You want to try to find duplicate roles with similar companies so you can get those candidates a bunch of options, right? So as a sales-minded co-founder, that's what I needed to do, is find that first client. So you have a couple options right away. So what you can do is you can sink in more money into marketing resources to drive your leads, to drive interest. But 9 out of 10 times, you're going to be doing your outreach on your own. You're going to be generating your own leads. You're going to be generating your own clients. And that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to generate my own. And what was I going to do from that standpoint? I needed to figure out a way that we were going to completely stand out from the rest. Because, I mean, yes, you can sell yourself even if you don't have any existing clients. If you're just getting started, there's definitely ways to power through that and get the money that you're looking for. But you need to have an immediate value proposition. There needs to be some kind of either disruptive technology, some way that you're different. You need to already have the candidates in your pipeline. For me, I decided to go with a pricing approach. I just decided to go with a lower price to capture attention. And I've done this before in the past with other businesses that I've had. My digital marketing company, I actually worked for free for my first 3 clients, and 2 of them turned into clients anyways. I'm a big believer in just investing time into just getting a client and investing the time into making them happy. And then once you have those testimonials, that social proof on your website from logos from good companies or tech companies, it goes a really long way with a buyer during that buying process. So that's what I decided to do. I was like, we're going to do 8 to 10% per placement, which is a big no-no for a lot of salespeople in the recruiting industry. They're going to say, why would you do that? You don't have to do that. But let's just be honest. You're going to spend a lot of time in sales. If you're going to be charging that 18% and you don't have candidates yet, you don't have any differentiators yet, you don't have a good brand yet, you're going to have to hustle your face off. So the price thing is a good way to start. Go after the smaller companies who are budget conscious and say, hey, we'll give you the power of what you're looking for with 1 or 2 recruiters or whatever you have. I'm only going to charge you 10%. And there's no risk besides of course, you potentially wasting their time, which is a risk, or representing their brand in the wrong way. That's absolutely a risk. But I got a good amount of responses. And another tip, if you're looking to get that first client, is to really stand out with your messages. There's a lot of opinions in terms of volume versus customization. I'm a big believer in customization. I spend time on 25 messages or videos a day where I'm very much letting the people know that I'm hand typing this thing. This video I'm making is just for you, because the hardest part is just getting their attention in the first place. It's so easy to brush off a copy and pasted message, even if they really need your recruiting services, even if it's a really good value prop. You got to get that response first. That's number one. My dog just made it to the other side, but that's the only point I wanted to make today. And we ended up landing our first client in San Francisco, our first kind of real client from sales. And they're still one of my best clients too. And that's the thing, is we charge them a lot less, but it's been a huge value builder for me. They unload so many roles with us. I think I made like $120K off of just that client alone. Think about that. I mean, if you're somebody who has been working in an industry or vertical for a long time, you might not have to take down your price at all, but make sure in that first message or video or phone call that you know that you took the time to research them, to hand type something, and you understand their needs and understand what role they're hiring for. So you went to the job board, you say, I saw you're hiring for this engineer. I can go find them for you. I can do it for half the price. I'm a hungry business owner. Give me a shot and you will not be disappointed. You're going to get a lot of good responses from that. And just be yourself too. You don't have to pretend to not be a young business owner or a business owner who's very early on in the stages of building the business. So that's my story and how we got our first client. More to come in this podcast. My dog's on the other side of the gate again.